It's another breaking news in Africa as military takes over in Gabon. Another edition of Bystander South Newsstands on Flip TV, all the way from Lagos, Nigeria, specifically Ogba Newsstand. We are reaching you viewers and saying good morning to you. Bystanders at Newsstands, your number one newspaper review program. Quickly to what we have on the front pages of these dailies, we have the Nigerian Tribune and the Vanguard newspaper. Nigerian Tribune, very important one here, talking about major talks. Article Kwakwanso Obi on wild goose chase, says APC. NNPP Board of Trustees suspends Kwakwanso for 6 months. Moving on to another story on the front page of these papers. Palliatives, how Oyo Osun Ogun Ekiti orders plan distribution on palliatives. How Oyo State, Osun State, Ogun Ekiti State orders plan distribution. Wike makes case for FCT Oyo to suspend 8 billion naira. Oyo to spend 8 billion naira. 3 crew members still missing 2 weeks after Seplat's energy rig capsized. Okay, to the top of the paper, we have police arrests 67 for alleged involvement in same-sex wedding in Delta State. This is on page 28 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Quickly to the Vanguard newspaper. Very, very important one here. The major story on the front page of Vanguard. It reads, how federal government can execute roadmap for economy, says NESG. How federal government can execute roadmap for economy, say NESG, OPS, others. Ministers must set specific national targets, says NESG. Strong coordination among ministries critical, says NECA. Nationwide security precondition for success, says ADONRI. On to the next one. Lagos Cabinet, Obasa eyeballs Sanwo-Olu over uncleared nominees. The Speaker, Obasa eyeballs Sanwo-Olu over uncleared nominees. Down the paper, we have insecurity. We are discussing with bandits to drop arms. That's what the Niger State government is saying right on the front page of Vanguard newspaper. We are discussing with bandits, says Niger State government. Of course, we have our reviewers here, and I believe the viewers are already staying glued to Flip TV to watch what we have today on today's edition of this program. Quickly to our reviewers, let me read out some of the comments we have on this platform this morning. Moving on to the comment section. Okay. Greetings to Jacob Adedeji in the United States. We say good morning to you, Jacob Adedeji. Also, Gladys Onyeba, we're saying good morning to you. Good morning to you, Gladys Onyeba. Good morning, Michael. God bless you today. That's what our Precious is saying, and we're saying good morning to you, Precious Ikedi. Good morning to all our reviewers. It's a good day. Honestly, it's a good day, Precious. We are saying good morning to you. Gladys, thank you so much. Georgeman Pounds, good morning, Mr. Mike. Good morning, Georgeman Pounds. Oh, Lucky, how are you doing? Good morning to you. You're welcome. It's another takeover, military takeover in Gabon.
You see, because of people are angry.
People are angry. I'm still coming back to you. Let me quickly continue with our viewers across the globe. We need to appreciate them for always keeping in touch with us here. Great job. That's what Pest Control is saying. Wow. We're saying kudos to you and thanks for watching Flip TV. George, one Nigeria will end. Wow. That's what George is saying. One Nigeria is a scam. Still said by George. Labidi, good job. We have to be really independent. Well done to all strong people over there. Thanks so much, Lamidi. Abdul Hakim, watching from Paris. Thank you so much, Abdul Hakim. Andrew Gujimi, good morning, Michael Adekunle. How was your night? It was very beautiful, a sound night. And I'm saying good morning to you, Crown. Adebanji. Andrew Ogujimi, good morning, Michael. I was on night, sorry. He's saying good morning to you. As well, Atonda, good afternoon. Oh, wow. You're in the afternoon there. We're saying good morning from this side and good afternoon to you over there. Promise Undubieze. We're saying good morning to you. Promise. Clement, good morning, Mike, and all the reviewers over. We're saying good morning to you. Good morning. Watching from Malaysia, that's Olori Collins. We're saying good morning to you. Wisdom in the day. Good morning to you, King Henry. Good morning to you. Good morning, Quick Penny. I think I'm going to stop here. Let's quickly. Okay, Blessed One. Good morning to you as well. Let's stop here. I will still continue with the viewers as time goes on. Thank you so much, Henry. I love you all. Good morning to you, Michael.
Charlie.
Good morning to you as well.
Good morning, Charlie. How you doing?
Skip my memory.
No, Allah.
Thank you so much. It's another edition of this program. We are having a breaking news in Africa, and that's what we really need to discuss today.
What did they break again?
Gabon, military takeover in Gabon. After the takeover in Niger, it's months now or weeks now.
Democracy in Gabon, or should we say independence in Gabon? Since I think in the early 60s, till date, has been ruled by one single family. All right. So I don't think they are not practicing democracy there. They are practicing imperialism.
Imperialism.
Yeah.
53 years. 53 years in power.
No, that's what they're practicing.
53 years.
Imperialism. All right. And this is what has been practiced in Rwanda as well. In Rwanda, since I think it's in 1999, after the massacre, one man, Paul Kagame, has been on seat, right? He has been practicing also what we call imperialism. Okay, so when a country practices a system of government that does not have limits to the number of your tenure, that's not democracy.
Don't forget that Obasanjo tried this.
I'm going there. I'm going to get there. I'm definitely. I will land there. I will land. I'm coming down to Nigeria. You understand? No, don't worry.
All right.
So Ali Bongo and his father, they rule this country. I used to have a manager that actually schooled in Gabon, and he speaks French. Frankly, he said he loves Gabon. I said, wow. He said Gabon's economy, he loves it. I said, what's the population? Gabon is a little bit bigger than I think it's a little bit bigger than Imo. Their population, right? I think
it's a small country,
and they have the landmass of the whole of Southwest. All right, but the population there is barely 5 to 6 million. All right, a little bit much than Imo State. So why am I going? Gabon is so blessed. I think they're the 5th or 6th largest exporter of crude oil. They have manganese. Okay, they have good woods for furniture and every other woodworks. Resources. Now, Ali Bongo and Gabon ordinarily shouldn't have an issue they have today. All right, but it got to a point. Everybody got tired. All right, Ali Bongo's father spent 40-something years on that throne. I'm using the throne. I'm not going to say seat. Okay, he spent 40-something years on the throne, and nobody ever revolted against it. So the citizens did what? They supported that style of leadership. All right, they supported that style of leadership. I understand the coup said that they are fighting for the cause of the people. All right, what happened at Gabon? The president already has the country in his pockets. Now let me now come back to Nigeria. You see, thank God for Atiku. If this will be the only thing Atiku will ever do for Nigeria, I think we should give him his flowers for that. He did not allow Obasanjo to become an emperor. This same Obasanjo, everybody, especially the young ones, the so-called obedient, and then my so-called friends, okay, who are from the East, whom they respect so much, Obasanjo, he is a man who wanted to go for church. He wanted to extend his presidency to what? To monarchy. But Atiku said no. All right? He said what? No, that is against our constitution. That would never be allowed. But funny enough, today, the so-called obedience, the so-called Easterners have forgotten that. And here they are today, they are celebrating Coup going on in Gabon. I've never seen such set of confused people. All right? While I was coming down here, I said the issue we have is I pray that the Southeast will eventually have a leader that they can look up to, that can tell them this is the direction we are going, so that we can have a collective progress. Their thought is always scattered. Okay? And when you go like this, and Enugu will go like this, as in there's this bitter rivalry amongst themselves. Well, what am I pointing out? Look at the Southwest. In the Southwest, you can pick out leaders that the youth listen to. Look at the North. You can pick out leaders that when they speak to them, they listen to. It doesn't make them susceptible. It doesn't make them cowards. All right? But this is how nations are built. Look at America. America has some prominent people that led them into what? Into the success they are enjoying today. You cannot be claiming Republican, and you don't have leaders who are what? Who can tell you this is the direction we want to go, and they will go. All right? I can see how they are so determined that this country should what? To scatter. I can see how they are so determined that how they are praying for coup to happen in Nigeria. But let me tell you, what happened in Nigeria is nowhere close to what happened in Gabon, in Niger, all right, or what is happening in Zimbabwe. All right? Because what happened here in Nigeria is simple mathematics. PDP and Labour Party were supposed to be together. If they were together, they would have defeated Tinubu. But they don't want to what? Accept that mistake. So what next question, please?
All right, quickly to Niger State. We have the Niger State government talking on insecurity. We are discussing with bandits to drop arms. And this reminds me of what happened weeks ago, where when the military men were ambushed, and the helicopter of the military men was brought down. But that's when they were going there on a rescue mission. I think the government of this state needs to be more proactive in making sure that peace is restored in that region. When you look at the way things are going there, Niger State is becoming a security-prone destination. Am I right?
You see, one of the funniest things, I served in Niger State. I served in Niger State 2013. Precisely, I served in the Ibrahim Babangida University, which used to be called Niger State University before it was renamed to IBB University. Now, while I was serving there, Niger State has a very vast landmass. I could travel from, let's say for instance, you are going from Ogba to Ikeja. If there's no traffic, you are going to spend maybe approximately 10 minutes, right? If you are going from Ogba to Ikeja, you spend how many minutes? Maybe 10 minutes. But in Niger State, you going from Lapai, okay, because Ibrahim Babangida University is in Lapai, you going from Lapai to Mina, you will drive and spend at least 2 to 3 hours. That is how massive that state is. All right? There shouldn't be a room for negotiations. I am disappointed in Bago. Bago is the state government. We lost over 30 gallant soldiers, Nigerian soldiers. All right? We have tried negotiations. We have tried demilitarizing all these bandits, but we discovered they remain unchanged. All right? They are never ready to change. They are never ready to change. Bago should not try and demean our Nigerian armed forces. We must deter them. We must kill them. those bandits, they need to be flushed out. All right, so there's no room for negotiations at all because they have tried it in the past. I think just 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, one of the demilitarized bandits, which was I think they arrested him in Borno. After 2 years, they discovered that he was the one providing foodstuffs to the bandits towards the Lake Chad axis. So you can see those guys, what they need is what is to be dealt with. And Albert Einstein said something that it is foolishness and madness for you to be doing the same thing and expect another result. So we cannot say we want to negotiate. We have tried that in Kaduna. Initially, we tried that in Borno. All right. So there's no way around that. These guys are what? They are kidnappers. These guys are rogues. These guys are out there to kill and destroy, and that must never be condoned with any means of negotiation. They have to be killed.
Now, before you go, there is a breaking news here. Supreme Court nullifies Kenya's presidential election. Now it's all eyes on Nigeria and judiciary. The world is watching.
Supreme Court nullifies
Kenya's presidential election. That's what I'm saying.
Is that Rotus? Did they just disqualify Rotus? I mean, was it not Rotus?
Just give me an example. Right?
No, this is a breaking news.
It's breaking news. Just breaking news.
Where are we going now? It was Kenyatta, right? I think Kenyatta was the one that was ousted. They wrote Rotus. I think Rotus also is the current president of Kenya. Rotus has been on that seat for over almost a year now.
I think there is a revolution going on in Africa.
And Rotus also came in through the courts. He came in through the court because Kenyatta was also was the court that also actually overthrown him. So I don't get this breaking news. I'm surprised.
That is just a breaking news.
I am surprised with this breaking news again.
I'm still going to go deep.
Is there a possibility that Kenyatta is coming back?
That's only God knows.
And I'm aware that recently even the Kenyans are engaged in famous Rotus.
I'm just saying it now.
It's a crazy world.
So
yes, Africa is we are in a crossroad whereby all our leaders must wake up to their responsibility.
I think Africans are not really happy with what is going on.
They are not doing well.
They're not happy with what is going on. They're taking the bull.
I said something on this platform in the early weeks we started. I said Africa now has something to leverage on, which is what? Fast accessibility to information. The point is this: if you travel to US in 1 year, you already make it, and I can see it on my phone. I can confirm it on my phone that you are making it in America. And under my same phone, I discovered that same America is thriving on my resources that is in my backyard. 20, 30 years ago, there was no means for me to read such news. 20, 30 years ago, if I wanted to reach you that travel to America, I know how much and how hard I try to reach you. Do you understand? So this free access to internet now, has opened a lot of Africans' eyes. So everybody is now on the know that, oh, come on, guys. I have a friend that just traveled to UK, and in less than 6 months, he's already making it. And meanwhile, this UK is thriving on the resources that is in my backyard. How did I get enlightened? Because I have my access to phone and internet. I can check all these things. I can even video. I can do all these things. So everybody is now aware, and African leaders must wake up.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming on board.
African leader must wake up. Like what Nigeria, King of Africa before, must wake up.
It seems liberation is coming to Africa.
Yeah, liberation is coming to Africa.
And Africans are waking up lucky.
Mostly Nigeria. It has to happen in Nigeria here, my brother.
It has to happen in Nigeria?
Yes. Anyway, good morning, my brother. My name is Lucky. Eyaguna Edo, not Lagos. Edo. I know. Mike is waiting for me to cross. When they had it, don't worry, don't shake it. We are there. We are there. I want to greet.
Edo is boiling.
I want to know.
Edo is boiling.
Boiling for those talk. I couldn't talk. Anyway, let me just my tradition. I greet everybody there over there. I greet my brothers, women and men over abroad, though Nigeria, mostly Taiwo. Alanda Taiwo was asking for me yesterday, but anyway, I'm going to do my contact today. That way you can reach me. I'm alive now, but I'll try to call you today, sir. No problem. Mr. Bright, chop for chop. Thank you. Those who are watching us all the way from abroad, I give you a hand. May you all of you live long there. Thank you. Listen.
Yeah, it's no longer news at the newsstand here that the military has taken over in Gabon, Central African nation. Lucky, you said you expect it to happen in Nigeria, and it seems the citizens in Gabon are supporting the coup against Ali Bongo.
Any coup that happen now, the city will be jubilating. You should ask why. Because the civilian has paid us. They really paid. I will tell you that. Everywhere in Africa, the only person that was doing well in Libya, that Gaddafi, who was doing well, make sure their citizens were okay. But come to Nigeria here with the trillions, billion. Look at Tinubu government celebrating 2 trillion. They are for 2 men, they make 2 trillion. Are you sure? Did you see the money? We only hear figure right from the 1960s. We only hear figure. But how come, whether it's true or not, we don't know. Whether he's doing that for people to say, you make money, you have money, and the people are suffering. So, Coup in Africa, the Africa people are celebrating it. The leaders should ask why. They should ask why. If it happens in Nigeria here, all of us will celebrate it. But I know democracy is very good. But in Nigeria here, mostly Africa, they are not practicing democracy. I will tell you like. Look at Cameroon. The old man is still there. Are you getting me? So look at some of these African countries. They are not doing well. Needing and begging all this West Africa. Are you getting me? The West has paid us too. The West, like mostly UK, has paid Nigeria. Most of our leaders here, they steal our money. They run to UK, and UK protect them, like Desani and other. A lot of them like that. Articles, all of them there. Turubu, all of them. That's why they kept our money. So for the soldiers to come in, well, so be it. They should do well so that at least either soldiers or the democracy. But democracy is very good. I won't tell you lie. But the point, our leader here, they don't know what they are doing. That's why the young boys are not take over with their uniform. So, for me, Gabon celebrated it. Guinea-Bissau celebrated it. Niger celebrated it.
And the citizens of Gabon have also taken to the streets.
Yes, celebrated some of them at least to kick a case. Then you have to look at it. You cannot use a stick. Say no. Something is somewhere. Leave you with the sanction, with the action of the ECOWAS at the end. What happened? Even ECOWAS and AU have divided. ECOWAS said they don't want war. They don't want a military this thing. So now, that means they have divided.
Now I need to even ask you a question. Why do African leaders hold on to power for too long? Why?
Because if you check the black tea, the black, the white are more wiser. The white don't believe all this mass money wet. But the black people, I don't know why. Go everywhere, Ghana, everywhere. So mostly Nigeria here, they like power. Look at Tinubu. Now, you know why we already refer to Tinubu? Tinubu is supposed to at least delegate like somebody, young man, professional, to come and take the country. Why be the godfather, the godfather? No, he said he wants to be there, and he's there. And look at the now he's complaining that things are worse. That's what I mean. So, like the vice president said, things are worse. Dollars is going up. Are you getting me? And he's there. He has been there campaigning that despite everything, they're going to make Nigeria happy. Today, Nigerians are sad. Nigerians are sad. If any peradventure could happen here, what do you expect? People will jubilate. Don't forget when Abacha died. People jubilate. You get me? People jubilate. When they almost overthrow Babangida, people jubilate. So now, we were looking for democracy. Now democracy came. Even the civilian, they are even more worse than the military. When military say I'm going to do this, they will do it. But democracy, they first of all pack the money first. Look at when Tinubu came in. He first of all said to National Assembly, people are not happy. People are angry. So if the thing happened today, people will jubilate. And let's just Igbo say, like we can say, "Enyeba." Now we have tried this. Now, so if it happens, so be it. If it happens, so be it.
So be it. Now, need to Edo State, what's happening? Lucky, need to update us.
Anyway, I will position to do that because I communicate with my...
Returning to Edo State, is the crisis coming down?
It cannot come down. You know why? The two of them are better say further. I could remember when the PDP invited Obaseki that they want to give him a ticket. Then I said she should drop Saibu so they can pick somebody else. The governor then said no. I want to pick Saibu for you to be my deputy. They insisted, but at the end, they are lying. You get me? Now, you should remember, since 1999, Tinubu fell out with the deputy. A lot of them, including Imo, River, so many state governors, even Ogun, everywhere, they fall out with their deputy governor. I don't know why deputy governor doesn't have luck, except some of them. I don't understand me. So the point now, in Edo State, as I'm telling you, that we have three. I'm still repeating it. The governor said, Saibu, it's not yet time. Hold on. Saibu said no. He should align to campaign. He said no. Wait. And again, I said there are three senatorial districts. Three. Edo, Havru, Benin, that's Benin City, Havru, Then the Auchi, Havru for 8 years, that's under Shomole. Lucky, under Benin, Lucky still Benin. Why Obaseki is Benin? But this chance side have not taken part, they have no rule, and don't these chance have the population. I get me, they still have the people there. So now Obaseki is saying, allow the other person at least, the other third person to test, so that the thing can go around, just like the way the Nigeria, North and the South. Now, people clamour that the South should produce president. I get me. Now, let the APC and the PDP go to Isha and produce, and Shaibu say no. There's no way the Auchi can rule 8 years. As a deputy governor, 8 years. Now you still want the governor should go there. That is the point of, that is it. But I'm telling you, Mike, why I say I don't know be Lagos? With the people, when the time comes, we will decide. Either Shaibu or Obaseki or the third person coming. We will tell you, I will tell you, and I will tell you the way Obaseki is going, that Isha should come, we love that. Let everybody taste.
You mean the citizens have the say, the final say in those state politics?
Citizens have the say. Not Nigeria, not Lagos. So Lagos, they don't have to say though. Others say they don't have to say though. But in Benin, here you see. I want to give an example. When the Oshomola with Obaseki was digging it, I told you that don't worry, the system will decide. But we decide. When we see the elephant and this, we say we don't like Oshomola. Okay, Obaseki, take the mandate. When the presidential election came, I was there, my people say, we are going for Labour. I say, Labour? They say, yes, we are going for Labour. I say, Labour. They say, yeah, what happened? We even want to struggle to at least to do something wrong. The people say, they stop him. I get to be. So, the Edos, I don't know be Lagos. I'm still saying it. I don't know be Lagos. I get to be. When we say yes, it's yes. When we say no, it's no. But I'm telling you, when the election come, Edo will sit, Benin, Isha, Auchi will decide where we are going.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much. Before I allow you on the platform, let me quickly read this to the viewers across the globe. All right. If you have not heard the news, if you have not watched the news on TV, let me quickly read it out to you viewers. Yeah. A national television broadcast in Gabon reports on Wednesday morning, August 30, that a military junta has taken over the government and declared a coup in the country. This is following in the election results, which shows that the incumbent president, Ali Bongo Odimba, is winning the election for the third time consecutively. According to the military broadcast, Bongo winning the election for the third time means it was not a credible exercise. Therefore, they declared the election null, ousted the sitting president and his cabinet, and closed the country borders. The- this is what is happening in that region. I'm talking about Gabon, and which we are deliberating on today. Yeah, Kunle, how you doing? Don't forget that you can join us on Flip TV Plus. That's the sister channel to Flip TV. Flip TV Plus. Please subscribe to get latest information on that channel. Kunle, good morning to you.
Yeah, morning to you.
You're
A great day indeed. Thank God for the day. Thank God for life. Yeah. And the viewers, we thank God for you guys live over there. Not miss anyone. It's the grace of God, and we want to thank you. Taiwo, Dunlade, a very balanced person, viewers there. I thank you. I thank every one of you. If I cannot remember all the names, just pardon me. I thank everybody here.
Now, no matter the coup that is going on in different African countries, I think democracy is still the best. Kunle.
Yeah, we're in the season of Coup now, you know. I think some are jubilating, some are celebrating it. And I don't think same applies to Gabon now, because I don't see, do you see the mood of the Gabonese? We've not seen the mood of the Gabonese, whether they are in support of Bongo, generation of Bongo that want to just pocket Gabon into their, pocket the states, the country into their pocket, just to pocket the whole Gabon into their pocket. So I think the African leaders need to watch out. The African leader need to start reading the lips of the masses, because if you start reading the lips of the masses, you know the era of bad governance is over in the continent now. And my only problem I have is how long, because I see majority of those juntas are transforming to democratic president, because it's like who no like better thing. You see all these juntas taking over, planning coup, and long run, their eyes will be on that seat. Likewise, they may ended up turning from Agbada to, from khaki to Agbada, right? Maybe turning from the uniform, khaki uniform to civilian Babariga as a president. It happens, and we've seen several of it. And that is what I'm even thinking of in that Niger crisis. You see that Abdul Rahmanin, right? He's still high in that seat. He was a bodyguard to the Bazoum.
Mohamed Bazoum.
Yeah, Mohamed. He was a bodyguard to Bazoum. So he's high in that seat. And Africans, I don't know why we are so power drunk. That power in us, we instead of using it for positivity is, destructive element, destructive way is what we are using it for. And it cannot help Africa. Africa cannot grow through this way. Because when we start using 9 months to create madness, how many months do you want to be able to get yourself to start to hit the ground walking? Hit the ground running, So the way it is now, I think maybe Africa needs recolonization again. We should start all over again, because we are not well taught to know that we are matured enough. The way we present ourselves in front of this Westerner is the way they will be looking at us. And as it is now, these guys are failed a lot. African leaders, they are failed woefully. Why? The bad governance. Why from father to son to grandson? That's what it's trending to. That's what the Bongo family, they are trending to now. So to me,
Holding on to power for too long.
We could see Mobutu. We could see Mobutu Sese Seko. We could see all those guys, like the predecessor of those areas, man. That's the trend that's been on for a long time, and it's a bad omen. It's a bad omen for the good governance in Africa.
Now let's move away from that to Niger State. We have the Niger State government discussing with bandits to drop arms. Are we supposed to be negotiating with bandits in this modern era?
So shocked with all these things. So shocked. You got all the Tucano. Where is the Tucano our ex-president bought from United States? Where's the where's the Tucano? I mean, I don't just know. That's why I say this African we need recolonization. Make they come recolonize us, give us brain, more brain. I mean, I don't know. We are not even ripe enough to stand as a continent the way it is. I mean, I mean, it's more or less you are talking saying the American government negotiating with terrorists. No, there's an exemption in which that can happen. That there's an exemption. That is the only thing. The only situation that such thing can happen is when you want to do swap, prisoners swap, right? The prisoners of conscience or prisoners of war swap. You can do that. Say, okay, I'll release so person that's been in our camp in America here. I'll release it to maybe some elements in Pakistan also that maybe they're having issues, conflict, so they can do prisoners swap, right? Prisoners of war swap. But this one that you are bargaining with bandits, with ISWAP with Boko Haram. I mean that is the most barbaric thing I've ever heard in my life. The bandit that killed a lot of souls, the Boko Haram that killed a lot of souls, the ISWAP that killed a lot of souls, and you are not calling them that you want to negotiate with them. That means you are creating room to breed another bandits. Another bandit is in making as I'm talking, because
instead of crushing
them, where are the Tucano you bought? Is it not for all this bad start like these people? I mean, sorry to say that, but they are nuisance. They are just pockets of, how many are they? Disturbing the peace of 240 million Nigerians. I mean, I think that should come from the Matawale, because Matawale is the Minister for Defense now. So he has been saying it. His predecessor said it the other time too. What's that guy's name? I've even forgotten. The first what's it called? Democratic governor in that Zamfara. I've forgotten his name. It was the first message. He went to Abuja. He went to Aso to discuss with Tinubu then, President Tinubu then, that they should find how they will negotiate with.
All right, let's quickly take what Samuel Ipa Kalu is saying here. I am in Gabon. People are celebrating everywhere. Yeah, that's in Gabon. That's a good breaking news. I also saw the video online.
That's a good breaking news.
You saw the citizens taking to the streets to celebrate the military takeover in Gabon.
But my problem now is the military that are taking over, right? How productive would they be? How are they going to improve the space, the democratic space? Because as I see it now, a lot of them, the juntas now, a lot of them ended up turning to, democratic president, and they will now be what? By tyrants. They will now be tyrants. So to me, it's not the taking over from Bongo that matters now. What is the aftermath, right? That what's the next stage now? Are they going to set up a transitional committee to be able to usher in another election, right? Or is this guy still going to give them 3 years for him to be in power to reorganize this thing? I see all those one as scam. Abdul Rahmani, na scam. That guy is bringing a scam policy on the table. A scam, beats on the table. Because of what? By the time you use 3 years on throne, it's as good as you can easily manipulate the electoral system. You can easily manipulate, even the military is your constituency. The military is his constituency. You can easily manipulate, the old military there for him to remain, stay put in the power. And I will still go back to Femi's song, sorry, oh. Sorry for Africa, sorry, oh. I'm sorry for my country, which is Nigeria. Sorry for Nigeria, sorry for Africa, and sorry for the West, likewise, because everywhere is boiling.
All right, thank you so much, Kunle. I appreciate you. That was a brilliant contribution. by Kunle. All right.
Kule.
Charles, right here with us. Charles, good morning.
Good
to
morning.
you.
Good morning, Mr. Michael Adekule.
How are you doing, sir?
Fine, bless God.
You're welcome on board.
Good morning.
This has been coming a trend in Africa as a whole. You know, Burkina Faso, Mali, Guinea, from Guinea to Niger. Now we have Gabon. And many are saying it's still going to happen in Nigeria, but we don't pray for that to happen. No matter what, democracy is still the best. That's what I feel. Do you feel that way?
Good morning, Mr. Mike Adekule.
Osmo, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Taiwo. I greet you, Mookie Great, Samuel Epa. So many of them, I greet you all. France in trouble in African country.
France in trouble.
In trouble in African country. Because Africans are no more happy with them. Coup d'etat here and there. You see, what somebody was talking about productive measure by the military. If you're talking about militaries are not productive, what productive measures have we been able to achieve in terms of these democratic settings for years that African countries have been practicing democracy? What are the productive measures that we have been able to achieve as an African country? We have seen nothing. So, you see, Gabon, I could remember, if you go to Gabon today, almost half of Nigerians in Gabon are from Easterners. They're based in Gabon. I'm telling you, yes, almost, I'm talking about Nigerians that travel to Gabon, almost half of them are from Nigerians, are from eastern part of Nigeria. And they can tell you wholeheartedly, if you have somebody that stays here or that based here, he will tell you that, honestly speaking, Gabonians are very, very much excited and happy and they have taken to a street and demonstrating their happiness on whatever that have happened to them. Because African leaders have failed totally, they have failed their subjects. You cannot have somebody God have given to you for you to rule as a man or as a woman. At the end of the day, such person is suffering. Then today, the person have decided that he doesn't want to be entangled with whatever your administration, whatever you call your administration is, and the person have decided to disintegrate himself from whatever the factors you are given to the person. At the end of the day, you are expecting such individuals not to be happy. Africans, sometimes it's not that we are happy with whatever that is going on in Africa, but sometimes you look at what is going on, end time is coming, is fast approaching. These are what I may call end time. You clock here, somebody predicted, was it 2 weeks ago, that if care is not taken, Gabon will follow. Somebody said it here, and if I can remember, the man just left, was it Mr. Raf or something like that? So now, you are talking about Gabon. Gabon are much more excited with what is even going on in their country because they are not more happy. A man that ruled them for how many years, and at the end of the day, you came back again, you resettled your own son again. Are you getting me? So African countries are not happy with what our leaders have just failed totally. If it were in the Western world, you know that you are not doing the needful. What do? You resign honorably. Without even somebody even coming to you, disgracing you or tarnishing your, what I may call your political career, your profession and any other thing. But at the end of the day, you find out, you see what is going on in Africa. Coup d'etat all over. Sometimes when we were schooling as a government student then, you keep on hearing there was a coup d'etat here in 19 this, in 19 that. But today, you and I are witnessing and seeing such. But we don't pray that such thing to come to our country because we are not coup d'etat. I know the only reason why there's always coup d'etat in every country is when there's what I may call corruption or mismanagement in terms of the leaders. So if African leaders are not doing the needful, why not the military take over? If Mr. Kule just said here that there is no productivity in terms of the military, are they going to be productive? You ask yourself a very simple question: what are the productivity have we in terms of the military, the democratic regime? Nothing. We see nothing. So allow them to take over. If this is the only means they're going to give us whatever we want, fine. Whatever Africa needs, fine. Africa is one of the most loved countries, but what is going on today? A lot of Nigerians, a lot of African people are traveling abroad. Because if your country is quite okay, there's nothing that will make you to leave the shores of this country and travel abroad. Give me another question.
All right, moving on to another story. We have the insecurity issues going on in Niger State, and the Niger State government, have spoken, saying that they are discussing with the bandits to drop arms. But the question is, for how long would we continue to dialogue with bandits? We've done it in the past, and it yielded no result. We should be able to devise another means, to avert or to crush these bandits. Don't you think so, Charles?
Mr. Mike, I have a very big problem with these our leaders in Nigeria here. If they are not gaining anything from most of these bandits, they wouldn't have been developing much interest on whatever that comes out from the bandits. How many are they? Nigeria has a lot of what I may call forces, military men out there. Do you want to tell me Nigerian military is also rated as one of the best in the world, one of the best? And how many are these bandits you are talking about? You want to negotiate with the bandits, you know that this person is after, against your government, after the life of your citizens, and then you want to go in and what? And negotiate with them. So sometimes you look at this, the settings of most of these politicians, as if they don't even know what they are doing. How can you negotiate with the bandits? Meanwhile, you have IPOP members at the southeast there that has nothing to do with killing of anybody, and you are telling them these are the same people you tag bandits, and you have declared them as how do I put it? Enemies of states. But these are the people that are busy killing people, causing what I may call public unrest in the society, and you want to negotiate with them. It means that when you look at what is going on with this banditry issue of a thing, you find out that most of this government, there's something behind this banditry issue that they are not telling us about. Because if they are not gaining anything from these banditry people, believe me, by now, how many are there? These people would have been flushed out by now. But you keep on, these people are killing the subject on a daily basis, and still you want to negotiate with them. So what kind of government, what kind of politicians do we have in Africa here? Not even Nigeria, in Africa. You look at it as if they are very, very much excited and happy with what is going on. It's just like what we discussed was it yesterday here when we talk about Neymar. I was telling somebody that it is very, very uncalled for Neymar to have allowed something to happen before they will take a drastic actions towards, for how long, you ask yourself, are we going to be at the mercy of Cameroonians? Now, whenever they open their border. So it means there is something most of these our Nigerian leaders are gaining whenever most of this disaster takes place. So it means that most of this banditry issue of a thing, they are very, very much comfortable with it because there's a lot of interest. There's a lot of things that are what I may call it, achieving from this banditry issue of a thing. Because you cannot, how many are these people? They are just few in number. How many? In 36 states.
Out of over 200.
Out of over 200 million people, and you are talking about you want to negotiate with them.
Some of them are not even Nigerians.
Okay, Southeast. Look at Southeast now. There will be a little sit at home or any other thing. At the end of the day, you pack almost 1 million soldiers to Southeast. But look at what is going on in a place like Maiduguri, Katsina, Zamfara, all these places. You cannot flush out these people. Insecurity all over. These are our leaders, my brother. We are not happy, seriously. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Charles. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
And I respect your intelligence. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good morning, David.
Malika Adekunle.
How are you doing?
Good morning to you. A very wonderful morning to you. So we wear black. You the mom. I be the mom Gabon.
Gabon. And the citizens are already rejoicing. The citizens of Gabon are already rejoicing.
Everyone in that situation too will rejoice. Because imagine you, I didn't mean I'm a resident of Gabon. I would have lived to see just two presidents, the father and son. The father started ruling from 1967 till 2009. The son took over from 2009 to date. Now, yesterday, he also imposed himself on the citizens of Gabon again. Who does that? Is that democracy? That is what insanity.
I think the military also detected the foul play in that election.
That election was being rigged. How can a president that has underperformed still win for the third time again? We keep saying Africa need to sit up. A lot is really happening. Now the sun, since 2009, there has been poverty in Gabon. People are not happy. The indigenous of the states, the citizens of the states are not happy. Since 1960 to date, just two families, Papa and son, they rule country. Country about how many million population? It is this democracy. The Western world gave it to us. But see, Africa are now misusing this democracy, using it for their own selfish interest. Wasn't last week or last month, the president of Cameroon, Paul Biya, went to France, was celebrating 40 years as president of Cameroon. 40 years on the throne. People see Paul Biya no dey see again. Paul Biya dey work like this. If I watch the video, that's what they work out. And Paul Biya will come again next year, go contest. He go still win. My brother, Cameroon too are not ready for their revolution. Once they are ready to liberate themselves from all this nonsense, they will sit up. It is too bad. It is too bad. Democracy is a very good one, but the main African leaders are just using your opportunities to oppress people. It's bad.
Would you say Africans have been living in the dark for a very long period of time? This time around that they are just waking up to rejoice about military takeover and all of that in the African continent?
The truth of the about is the military can even take over, but how true is that the military would they perform? So these are two different things. Military might take over. Since this era of civilian, have they lived up to expectation? Look at the African countries. How well have they performed?
That is what
the only country.
Here. If you think the military will give you what you want, you must be a joker.
The military too, on their own too, have their own share of the blames, because it is the man on the streets with that devilish mentality that will join the military. It is that black man on the street with that looting mentality that will become president, irrespective of either is a military personnel or a civilian. The subject matter is we should have a new mindset in Africa. Either military or civilian. When voted into office, let us deliver dividends of democracy to the people. That is the major yardstick of it. You think today if military comes and then betters the lives of Nigerians, I will work for it. Because I have started democracy. The democracy is not yielding any fruitfulness. You keep saying democracy is for Biya, a military personnel. These are things I don't care, even if it's military or not. What matter is dividends of democracy. We saw what happened in Niger. What Bazoum could not do, the military junta are doing it in less than 3 months, building hospitals, renovating roads, giving the indigenous of Niger stipend. These are what the outside president could not do. I don't give a damn. I don't care either military or not. Who can provide dividends of democracy to our citizens? Either military or democracy. But why do you think the people, military is toppling these people? It's because they have failed to do the needful. When you fail to do the needful, people will come and speak out. People will topple you. How can a man and a son in a country be ruling, father and son, the family circle?
You once had the president that tried that. After first time, second time,
Abacha.
he attempted going for third time.
Abacha.
Obasanjo.
Obasanjo cannot try it. You
Almost.
saw what happened. He almost. Nobody. Every day. Wait. Do you know the implication?
I think that was the major problem between Obasanjo and Atiku.
Do you know the implication of becoming a lifetime president? You would always amend the laws of the country, the constitution, to suit you. You are not like emperor in the country. Nobody can checkmate nobody can checkmate you. How his family doesn't matter. It's not a work on development. Africa has a very long way to go. And thank God people are now waking up from their slumber to the reality. To know that what is ECOWAS even doing? Can't ECOWAS as a body tell them that, young man, you cannot spend so years in power. Leave, let others to do. These are things ECOWAS needs. These are things ECOWAS needs to start discussing in their meetings. Not say they want to take army to Gabon, to invade Niger. The president themselves of those states are not doing the needful. Before people come to invade your state, let ECOWAS chairman tell them that leave your throne. You do 8 years, let another person come and do it. Not be our back, not be your family house. Yes.
All right, thank you so much, David. I appreciate you for coming on board. That was a brilliant one from David. Michael, good morning to you.
Let me give my perspective.
All right. You are free. Yeah, the discussion. What do you want to contribute? Do you have anything to contribute to what you're saying? Yeah, the Gabon crisis. They welcome development. Do you welcome the military takeover, or you want democracy restored to the country?
Mr. Michael.
Yes, sir.
It is very, very. It's a pitiable, dismal, I want to put in that way. It is regrettably lugubrious that in Africa, and by extension Nigeria, in which we regarded democracy as the government of the people, by the people and for the people. It's the government that we hold so dear. A democracy is the government that we hold so dear. But it's unfortunate, like I said, it's a dismal that what we have seen today, the democracy that we are so dear to it are not giving us what we expect from it. So it has becoming what we don't expect. Like in terms of dividend of democracy, in terms of socio-economic development and improvement, sustainable of economic growth that all of us are expecting. I can tell you categorically, like in Nigeria, right from inception, when I grow up to understand how government works, most of the critical infrastructure that I have seen in this country, Nigeria, is being built by a military government. I can tell you categorically that the civilian government in 1999, up to today, they cannot upgrade a single state. Not to talk of a local government. All we have been getting is corruption saga, corruption by extension. So what is happening in Gabon is a pitiable dismal. I don't expect a African to going back to the drawing board, taking 2 steps forward and 5 steps backward. It's unfortunate. We have been gambling, we have been struggling with what happened in Niger by the military junta who have come out to topple the government, the elected government. All of us were crying for that this is not a democracy, this is not a continent of Africa we are hoping for. In Africa, we expect that we should be growing, that we should leave a government that are favorable to our citizens. We should have a government that everybody will all clamoring for. But it's unfortunate what we are seeing. And even in Gabon, I just had the breaking news today that the military junta in Gabon are stopping the government. It's unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. I don't know what the international community will look back in Africa.
And don't you think the African leaders have failed?
African leader, in democratic elected African leader, I may say, they are not living up to expectations. to my great surprise, they are more corrupt in their handling of the affairs of Africa. They are more corrupt in sincerity in political affairs of their country. Look at the average Africans. We are struggling to go to Europe, to make greener pasture. And Africa is an industrial ground in which an average American, an average European are aiming to come to develop Africa. But because of the corruption nature of our leaders, it's becoming an eyesore. For what we are seeing presently is very unfortunate. African leaders, they are failures.
So they need to wake up.
They need to wake up, to be frank.
Your name, sir?
My name is Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Michael. Hello.
Mark, let me talk now.
Let you talk. He was here before you.
But I was here before that.
He was here before you.
I came here before David, and I allowed
Hello,
David.
can you talk?
I allow many people.
Can you talk?
I came before that
I've
one.
always allowed you to talk first before
But
him.
wait. But I allow
But
others that
I
came
don't know
before.
what the problem is.
Don't worry.
Don't know what the problem is. Please, can you come closer, sir?
It's okay, Mike.
There are protocols here. There are rules of engagement.
Yes, it's okay.
What's the problem?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Mike.
Coming for who?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Mike.
Let's go on.
It's okay.
I don't know what's wrong with him.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, Mr. All right, let's.
Morning, Mike.
How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, we're talking about the Gabon crisis, and I understand the fact that the election there was alleged to be a fraudulent one, which the military men there are not really happy with, and that's led to the takeover by the military. Now, what lessons do you think the Nigerian government should learn from this?
Thank you, Michael. It is sad that we're having that development in Gabon yesterday, and very unfortunate that we had to be talking about another coup d'etat in another francophone country. Very sad. And I think the lessons that our nation must pick from all this coup is enormous. It's much, except we are not ready to learn. Democracy in Africa, as I always say, is fast becoming a scam. It is fast becoming a scam, not because democracy is bad as a system of government, but the practitioners of it, especially in Africa, are messing up things. And that is what the military guys are catching on. The entire thing that you blame military for, you are doing same as a democratic government. You see leaders that have been in position, imposing themselves on the people, suppressing rule of law in their countries, perpetually killing, I must say, the judicial system. There is no justice in most of these countries, and when there is no justice, all you are giving room for is anarchy. All you are giving room for is subversion of government, as we are seeing across the francophone countries. And I think it is important that we pick a lot of lessons from what is happening. All that the people want is good government, good governance, dividends of having a leader, dividends of having people in the helm of affairs. That is all that the people are asking for. Paul Biya has stayed in government for 40 years in Cameroon. They are celebrating in France. 40 years of suppressing the people. 40 years of putting the majority in perpetual poverty. And you are celebrating that. And that is what the military guys are catching in on. That you guys are not doing it well. We want to restructure the program. Even though we know that the military doesn't mean well most of the time that we have this incursion. Not because they meant well for the people as well, but you are giving them opportunity to interrupt government from time to time because you are suppressing all democratic indices. All democratic indices. You kept suppressing it as a government, and that is what is giving birth to what we are seeing across Africa. And it is sad.
Very, very sad.
It is.
All right, moving on to Niger State. We understand the fact that our military men were ambushed in that state, and at the end of the day, they were killed. They were buried. 22 soldiers were buried, and which I think you disrupt what? You disrupt my program. You disrupt the program, and you get messed up. You disrupt.
Doesn't pay me. So I come early, my friend.
Disrupt
It is my turn.
You get messed up. This is not Christian, all right? Disrupt the program.
It's okay, man.
If you have any grudge against anybody, let's go. Look at him. I'm just telling you. Let's go on. Let's go on.
It's okay, man.
I don't understand this guy. I've said, don't leave it there. You never talk since, so I shouldn't allow him to talk.
It's okay. You
know, he's been reacting just since. I've just been looking at him. Like,
watching you when you came. I was there.
when I
I
came,
came from night vigil.
he was here.
I was on night vigil at night.
Can't you calm down?
I come
Are
and
you a stranger? Are you a stranger? Are you a stranger? I'm asking you. Can't you calm down?
Do you know where I'm going?
I know I'm live. I know I'm live, but I'm telling you.
Do you know where I'm
Are
going?
you a stranger to me?
Do you know where I'm going?
Are you a stranger to
Do you
me?
know where I'm going?
Are you a stranger to
Do
me?
you know where I'm going?
Are you a stranger? And I'm telling you now.
I have to talk and go my way.
Are you a stranger? What do you think you are? I think you saw the other man. We had a new person here, and you did what? You had to step aside for the new person to talk. What's wrong with him? If you want to drop the number, you get your phone and drop the number. Don't disrupt my program here, all right? This is not Christian Chuku.
It's okay, man.
Why are you so arrogant? You saw a new person here, and you give the person a chance to speak, right? So what's there? I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. So, sometimes you just need to treat them the way they want.
It's okay, Michael. It's okay. It's okay.
All right, sir. The Niger State crisis is what we're celebrating on. The government of Niger State are saying that they've been talking to the bandits, to drop their arms. But in a same society, should we be experiencing this? Dialoguing with bandits before you restore peace to a nation or to a state?
You know, when you don't have when you don't have what it takes to address the matter, you don't have any choice than to dialogue. You don't have all the paraphernalia of dealing with the matter. Then you don't have a choice than to negotiate. If your security architecture is not on point to address the level of insecurity we are witnessing, especially from the bandits, don't forget we have several others, then you don't have a choice. Because anytime they pick up an individual, in the case of kidnapping, you don't have a choice than to discuss with them. From time to time, they ravage communities, killing people, kidnap in the process and all of that. You don't have a system that can curb that. You don't have intelligence that can perceive and stop it. Then the only option that is left for you is to discuss with such individual, is to discuss with such group. Unfortunately so. If you are negotiating from the point of strength, then you feel that, okay, I can suppress these people. But in this time, you don't even have what it takes to curb the issue. You don't have intelligence to stop some of these attacks that we witness from time to time, especially in the north. Then the only option left for you is to negotiate.
Is to negotiate.
You don't have the strength.
You don't have the might.
That is the truth.
Wow.
That is the truth. We've had this time and again. We've had this attack time and again. And because of that, shows that you don't have what it takes. Then the only option left is to negotiate. Yes.
So that's the option.
That's the only option left.
All right, thank you so much, Mike.
Many thanks.
And I'm sorry for
It's
what
okay.
for his attitude.
It's okay. We are
But
together.
sometimes you just need to treat him the way he is.
It's okay. We are all
That's
together. We are all together.
All right. Can you come closer, sir? Can you come? If he doesn't want to talk, then let him go. I don't care. Sir, let's move on. Do you know how many times you've come here and you saw someone else and you allowed people to speak? What's there? You are coming from somewhere, other people too are coming from somewhere as well. This Mr. Mike stepped down for someone to speak. The person is a new person. You're not a stranger. Are you getting me, sir? Sometimes you beg Kule to leave you to speak, to allow you to speak. And Kule agrees, so sometimes he disagrees. Are you getting me? But that doesn't call for this unicalism and this kind of whatever. Don't let me use all this kind of vulgar statements online. Yeah. Right. The news is on Gabon.
Well, in Africa, this has shown that we are not doing election. We are doing selection. And the selection is what will be making military. It will now be what the military will be taking over from all the African countries. The day we start doing election, military will stop taking over from African countries. You understand? I am quite surprised why this kind of issue in Gabon. The father ruled 40 something years, and the son is now ruling, making 56 years. The military also, they took over the day they swore in. So this is just to tell you that there's a lesson to be learned. There's a lesson to be learned that if the politicians are not careful, the military will take over power from them. When they take power from them, they will amend the constitution and everything will suit them again. Power is sweet. Look at Nigeria now. The politicians have bastardized the common people. They say allow the poor to breathe. Why they are breathing very well. And I want to tell the people that this thing that happened in Gabon will soon happen in Nigeria. Will soon happen in Nigeria. If the judiciary do not do the right thing, they said all eyes on the judiciary. Let's watch and see what will happen. Because we said that we are told that September 16, the judgment will be given, and some are saying it's not that. But the thing is just that I am going to give a final let the judiciary do the best. Let them not be biased. Let them come up with their own this thing. That's my own humble take. And I want to say this. We are here in Nigeria to ensure that things go the right way. If they do the right thing, people will praise them. If they do the bad thing, people will shout. That's my humble take, sir.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming on board.
Yeah, Mike.
How you doing?
I'm too fine.
Yeah. You're welcome today.
I just escaped the same message. I have to take one stone to kill two birds. All of them are message. As I'm sending message to the world now.
Thanks for the love.
Yeah.
Right,
shall we pray? In Jesus' name. Our Heavenly Father, God Almighty, I thank thee, I praise thee, I worship thee, I magnify your name for your greatness, for your goodness in our life, for your protection, and for your kindness in our life. Father, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank you on behalf of Mazen Damdekano, who you are upholding him, keeping him alive, and give him the faith and strength to overcome all the whole trials he's facing. Father, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank you on behalf of Simon Egba, the coordinator of IPOB Autopilot and the Prime Minister of the federal government in exile. I thank you for the work you're using him to do. Father, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank you on behalf of Finland government who accommodate him peacefully, not like a Britain who betrayed. Father, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank you on behalf of our fans all over the world who always appreciate us, and the one who don't appreciate us. Father, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank you on behalf of this platform where we can be able to view our mind and tell the general world what is happening in Nigeria. I thank you for allowing Mike to allow me to stand here to speak this morning. Father, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank you on behalf of IPOB in general.
I thank you on behalf of Omada Autopilot. I thank you on behalf of Medium Warrior Autopilot. I thank you on behalf of Sunday Bohu, Amategu, and Dodua Republic. I thank you on behalf of Putin of Russia and Donald Trump of America. Father, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. Therefore, win the war in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Putin, win the war in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
All right, thank you so much. Hi, we're still treating the crisis in Niger Republic, and another one is surfacing. Gabon, military takeover, is what is currently happening. What's your take on it?
My take on it is, this is an evidence that Africans are tired of colonial masters. Africans are tired of being a baby all the time. Africans are tired of pushing around as if we are mess. Human race all over the world. Human race started from Africa. But see how Africa was backward. Ancient Egyptians, that civilization started in the world. Ancient Egyptians are not Arab, they are blacks. They are Ethiopian color. During the time of Moses, Egypt was Northern Kingdom, and the Southern Kingdom was Ethiopia, under one pharaoh, before Arab invented them and wiped those blacks off. Africa is the mother of all continents. All continents separated from Africa. Even South America separate from Africa. The last continent that separated from Africa was South America. If you bring the horn of South America and push it to the horn of Biafra, they are the same thing. You know, where Nigeria come like this, that very hole is where South America pull out. But today they are maltreating Africa. America were built by Africa. Europe were built for Africa. If you go to history, see what Leopold II of Belgium did to blacks. Over 10 million blacks in the Democratic Republic of Congo, both Congo Brazzaville and Congo, the Republic of Congo, when they were one country. If you see what Leopold II of Belgium did to them, you will not believe it. Over 10 million people he killed. So they say, if fellow white man rise up, say no, it's too much. This is how they are killing us. So now, and watch out, when the independence broke out, the founding father of African independence, they always be overthrown by military. They used Kotoka and Afrifa, overthrow Nkrumah, who was fighting for Pan-Africa. They used Mobutu Sese Seko, when he was a colonel, to kill Patrick Lumumba. So they did all over. When they see that this civilian president is wise, that time they use military. They use this man, this Togo man, Ayasimbe, to overthrow Olympio. This is what they are doing. This is what they are doing. Because they feel that military of that time, they can control them. They are fool. They don't know. They are not wise. But in this present dispensation, when they see that the military are coming up, Moritala, they use Dinka to kill Moritala because Moritala said no to them. Now, when these present military people, that now military can go to university and join military. That time, the highest man in military, in African military, almost were Sandasis. Apart from Ghana that have up advanced people in military. But see, they are corrupt. Africa corrupt them. Before Rollins came to revive Ghana. See, a little man like Rollins, see how he did Ghana. Now, when these present military people that are learned, know what to talk politics, know what to call governance, have read, they say no. Our politicians, these people are using democracy to kill us. They use democracy still to recolonize us. They rise up and say no. Any government that mess up, they remove him. Do you know that terrorists in Africa were sponsored by colonial masters and America? In Mali, camera caught France dropping weapon to terrorists. Mostly this Fulani, they are using Fulani, equipping Fulani to destroy the indigenous of Africa. Check all the whole terrorists in Africa. They are Fulanis. Check it, they are Fulanis. Mali, they caught them, camera caught them dropping weapons to terrorists. This is what is going on in Africa. Now, these people are trying, the military have come up and pushing the people away. And watch it, it is Francophone. That's how it's an uprising. During the pre-independence, it was white, Anglophone, that rise up and start fighting for independence before Francophone joined. Now, this uprising to push colonial masters away from Africa is Francophone rise up. Their eye have opened now. So I appreciate military to take over in Africa, for Africa to be wise. All the whole mineral resources you are looking in the world, we have it.
But you don't pray for military to remain. Look, you just pray for military to take over. Not that military should remain.
If military can rule, remain, and Africa is liberated, let them do forever.
Right, thank you so much.
Let them do forever.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming.
I am Mr. Baradedi Okokondem in this Republic of Biafra, lead by Mazin Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Look at what civilians are doing in Nigeria. Can you see it? Tomorrow they will say military, but may God save us. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right.
Our palliative, you remember during Corona, the palliative that you said this bank, what's that bank?
Hello.
Bank.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of this program. Tomorrow is another day where we'll be analyzing what we'll have on Nigerian dailies. Really appreciate you. You can join me on all other platforms or social media platforms at Michael Temitayo Adekunle. Our social media handles, Flip TV, are right on the screen. You can join us there. To my very good videographer, David Daniels, I appreciate you. To viewers across the globe, really appreciate you. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for loving this program. Bye for now.